Hello everyone, welcome back to the Dragon's Den. I am Shelby with Shelby Creations. We are working in our Victorian journal today, and we've come quite a ways in this. I mean, we've totally completed the first signature, and we've still got a ways to go in the second. So I mean, this was our last one. I took all these little teeny individual stickers. And, what? Something's wrong here. Why is that not stuck? Did that not get all peeled off? Or what's going on? Oh, okay, there was a piece underneath it. Not a problem. Put that back on there, just like that. And that happens where you get, so into something that little things like that get stuck where they shouldn't be. But I mean, this turned out really nice, and it got rid of all those little pieces. So just going to flip up a page. I'm starting from the back towards the front today. Now, I had this piece, which it's stamped out, and it looks like this. And it has been on my desk forever. So I decided to use it, but could I find it? No. So I went and I stamped it again. This is on just regular, it's not copyweight paper, it's just a little bit heavier, but I thought that turned out great. And then I had a piece of parchment paper. And this is one that evidently had something. I think I did the glue and napkins on this and peeled it off. So I did it on that one. And it is a little difficult to see in the camera. And I put tape on the back because, as you can see, this tears kind of easily. So let's just get started. Now, I know this is a bit wider, so I'm going to have to keep this within this area here because this page is shorter. So let's go ahead and put this one down first. I'm not sure if the tape is going to stick very well. Did it? Nope. Burnish it a little bit more, and maybe that's not coming up that side. Let me see if I can do it with get in between that there. Nope, it's still not coming up. I mean, I thought it was a good idea with the tape because it being so thin, but that may have been a big mistake. Well, not a big mistake. All right, it did come off that side. And now there's just this little piece here because there's a hole up there. And I did not want to put the tape all the way across and then have see if it'll ease it off here. You know, then have sticky coming through the hole. This is definitely going to be a little difficult to get off. There goes that one. Just takes a little time. And a little time, a little care. There, I did it. Now, I'm going to start probably get a little closer to the edge, about here. Now, I'm going to follow where that tape is until I get down here to this crease. Then I'm going to take the back of my tweezers, put it in there, and then I can just lay that down. Just like that. Now, I'm not concerned with putting glue under the inside because I think I'm going to use this as a pocket. So now I'm going to come back behind here with my glue and just on the parchment paper. And put some under there. Now I'll put some back here. Trying to get it down towards that crease. And then I don't have much room up here, but I am going to put some down there. Now we see where there was a, is that a tear? Yeah. So I'm gonna put some, just a dab in that hole. And then, yeah, it's not too bad. I can deal with that. But there'll be other ways to secure this. I don't know why I'm putting that top on there. I've got these sitting here. Now, what I was thinking about this side, this came from a vellum card. This is old. And I was thinking about maybe putting it here and then tearing around it. Or, let me see, I think I've got, where was that one? I do have this page. I like that. Then I found this strip. I wonder if I could, that would definitely cover that up. Just bring it over a tab. Maybe. Let's see how it looks inked up. Well, June is definitely getting warmer. On one hand, they say, oh, North Carolina is going to have the hottest summer. I think they say that like every year. Or maybe I could. No, because then that will hold up. And then on the other hand, they say, oh no, North Carolina is going to have a cool summer. I don't really think they know what they're talking about. I do like that on the edge. Or maybe, you know, we haven't played with our laces in a while. We could put down something like this and then have that on top of it. I think I like that a bit better. Now I'm cutting this longer than what's there on the page, and that's okay because I want it to stick over a bit. And this was a gathered piece, so it still has some gathering to it, even though it's not gathered anymore. So what I'm going to do is on the back where the flowers are, come in here and put my glue. Because if I put it over the netting, then I'm going to maybe have problems with things, with it bleeding through a lot. Now, as most of you that's worked with trying to get glue on lace can understand the problems it can have. Get it to where I've got most of that design back there. Just like that. Now, I can feel it coming through. Am I worried about it? No. Because then I have this piece. And I'm just going to come in here and touch the edges. Not brush them, but just touch them to give a little delineation between, the things we're putting down. Just like that. Now, again, with our glue, I'm doing just around the inside. I'm not doing the lacy part. But because I know there's going to be lace under it, it may require a bit more glue than usual, because you have to go through that netting to the bottom of it, and to the page below. There. Yes, I do. I like that better than the strip. Now, we definitely need something else. And I did pull out I'm not sure where this is from. It does have a sheen to it, but it's almost like magazine paper. And then I found this tag, which I think is going to work perfect as a pocket. And then it's got a little touch of blue, but we don't need to put that in yet. Let me get a paper towel here and wipe off that tip. Because when you're gluing down on fabric, it does tend to get a little messy there. Trim that edge off. And I'm just straightening up this top edge. It's okay if the top hangs over. I'm fine with that. See, I know I'm gonna need my stamp pad. Just just a piece of page that I had gone through my my work on it bucket, and I had these few little pieces of page left, and you know me, I hate throwing things away. So I'm gonna put these down. Put the lid on. Just to sort of hold that edge there. Because remember, we have tape. But you see how hard it was to stick to here. Then I have another one. We can do two. We can do it. And why not? Let's use it. Let's get it on here. Of glue. Now I've got to get my son and grandson to help me. Yes, my grandson has moved in with us, which I think is utterly fantastic. want to get both of them to help me trim Amore's hair. Not shave her, but, you know, her hair is like that long. And she's a huge breed, Alaskan Malamute. And her hair is just going everywhere. And I know she's hot and miserable. Now, I did change my stickers to this little tray because all the washi tape I'm using at the moment, I've got some for my scheduling journal. I've got others that I'm using through different, with the Dark Victorian or the Jewel Victorian, excuse me, we have renamed it, and other ones that I had picked out. And instead of having them in separate bins, I put them all in one. So I needed something a tad bigger. Ooh, this is pretty. Just that little piece of lace, but I don't think I'm going to use it here. Let's see, what else do we have in here? We do have, wait a minute. I found, this was on the back of one of, it was a card. And I do like that purple. No, it does not match anything else, but you know what? It's your junk journal. You don't have to have everything matchy-matchy. You can put anything you want on there. Or do I want it up there? No, I like it down here. But I'm trying to avoid, you know, where that's going to open at. And two, what I put here will also strengthen this paper. So, what I thought somewhere I had, here it is. I've got an envelope that's got all these little tiny itsy bitsy pieces that I've cut off of things. And let's see if we can use any of these in here. I'm just gonna pull them out. See, is that it? Yep, that's it. Now, I stuck this in here. Why? Because I'm thinking about putting a brad up top and putting it on one of the pages. Ooh, I could do that there. And I do have, at least I thought I had, some brads down here somewhere. Where are my brads? And I can't find them at the moment. That figures, right? So that may have to wait. What else do we have? We have leaves. Ooh, I like that. Did I have two? Yeah, I had two. And that would actually come out behind. Oh, I like that. Let me grab a piece of tape here. Peel off that back. Put that off. And now I can come in here. Because I only glued the center part, I can now come in here and put that sticker down. Now for the bottom one, we may come out that bottom edge. I like that better. This is, yes, this one comes off. This is washi tape on that back sticker, on that shiny background. So it's easy to pull up that corner. Now the one thing I do want is to make sure I get the tail of that down. I like that. What else do we have here? This is almost like, see, we spend so much money on our supplies. Why, when they get down to these last little teeny weeny bits, do we want to, just say, oh, well, I didn't use them, and then discard them? That's not going to work. That's not going to work. I have some of these smaller ones, though, that would work. And use what you've got. If you've got it, even if it's just a little thing, doesn't want to come off my hands, it's okay. We can always find places for the little things. And sometimes it's these little things that will make, what we have pop. I just put that whole thing right there. All right, come on. Now the backing doesn't want to come off. There we go. That part off. Trying to think where, with all the design here, where it would go, that it would show up the best. I mean, just these few little teeny things, and look how it's turning out. Sometimes it's these little things that make, that page just pop. Or just that one little thing that we needed in the end to complete it, to make it have that finished look. Don't you just love static clean? All right. See where the tape did not want to pull off? And that happens sometimes, but it's okay. We'll get it off. Now maybe I shouldn't have cut all my fingernails off. Something to hold that there down. And I think that's going to work perfect. All right, what else? Might as well while I'm going, right? Now this one may be, where does that goes that way. Or is it a, would that be too much? There. See, now I've got the flower, that little wax seal. And then this one's just a lone little rose. It seems like they don't want to come off when I put them up there. Which actually goes with all of that on the other side. See, I like the coloring in that. And the rest are, all right, those can wait. We'll get these last few ones on. And then we'll see if we need anything else. Which side? Some of these are so small, I can't tell which side is which, hardly. Now this has a real small butterfly on that one edge right there. And I think it needs Just a little something. Do we need another one? No. All right, so that's what I'm going to use out of these, and that's taking quite a bit out of the way. So I'm going to stick these, the rest of these, back in here. That way, oops, I don't lose them. Now, I have that, where'd I put that? I have that, which I do like, but I don't like all the extra to it. So let's trim it down. Trim it down there. We'll come across here. Yeah, that's a lot better. Hit these edges. Now, the big question is, where do we put it? Could put it there, or down here, or even right there. And then it would give us a little area to do our notes. I like that. Okay, so I don't know. I just had a, yeah, I think I'm gonna go on this page. Why? It just a spur of the moment change. And it's okay to do that. You know, there are times I pulled out and gone through background papers. I found exactly what I wanted on the page, only to find out that when all is said and done, I changed my mind. Yeah, I changed my mind. Now, what would make that look even better is maybe a piece of tape. See, a lot of the older photos are taped down. And all I'm doing is to see which ones, because I did these in different shades and tones. So I would know, you know, give me some idea of, I can mix and match. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull a section of this tape up and simply cut it off. Now because it's masking tape, and you know how masking tape has a little, you know, it tears across there, you can actually come in here. All right, so this one's not gonna do it. This one's going to call me a liar, and I'm simply gonna rip it. And put that one there. And we're gonna come along this side here. Just like that. Now I've got that old tape look to it, which I think is fantastic. All right, let me get rid of these pieces here. And the best way to do that is just, I put my little garbage box down under there and just scooted them off. Do I want anything else? I do have some blank areas, but we've got our lace. Oops. Didn't want it to stick. We've got that. Now we can come in here and put our tag in our pocket, and look how that shows back there. I think I need something else up there. Let's go with another piece of tape. How am I gonna do this? Or what am I gonna do? I'll do it in the same run. Come in here, just cut it off. Cut an area right there and pull. That's gonna look good because that's, you know, with it being uneven, but then I still have this part. And I'm not going to use it right now, so I can just put that back down there and use it some other time. Now I do have a video on how I did these, so just look in my video section. Very easy to find. I like that. I think that's going to be it. So what do y'all think? We have our lace here, which helps when we start with this page. We've already got a starting place. We've got a place to journal, and it is flat underneath. We have our photo, we have a pocket, and if you wanted to journal in other places around the page, you can do that too. Now, one thing I noticed, this washi tape is coming up. Do not fret if that happens. You can always come underneath here with just a dab of glue. I get my glue coming out. Come on. There we go. And just put that down there, and there, your washi tape will stay. And I think I've had my glue open for too long. Yep. All right, I'll put a lid on it. Remember, don't leave your glue sitting out. So now we've got places. If we wanted to do some writing up there, we have a place to write here. We have our tag for our little pocket, which we can see that in the background. And then we've got the picture of those two adorable little girls. So if you've enjoyed what we've done today, give me a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification so you'll be notified of more upcoming videos. Now, Tuesdays and Thursdays are our junk journal days. We are working in the Victorian and the Jewel Victorian. Not because we're using a lot of bling in it, but because we're using jewel tone colors. So we have these two. Saturdays is basically a free-for-all. It's whatever's on my desk, or if I can't even find my desk, we do a cleanup. We do reorganization videos. We do hints and tips and a lot of other things on Saturday. So hit that bell notification so you'll be notified of upcoming videos. And until next time, bye guys.